The first time the alien commander mistook my skin for armor, I didn't correct her. Not because I wanted to impress her, but because, at that moment, correcting her would have taken more strength than I had left. My name is Marcus Hale, and I was standing in the ruins of Outpost K-17, surrounded by shattered stone, smoking plasma scars, and the stunned soldiers of the Keeler Dominion. Their rifles were aimed at me. Their commander stared at me. And I was still standing, even though a direct artillery strike had just collapsed the command tower on top of my position. According to every species in the Galactic Alliance, that should have been impossible. The Keeler were a proud warrior race, tall, insectoid humanoid hybrids with crystalline eyes and chitin-like skin. They believed deeply in visible strength. Thick armor. Heavy weapons. Rank etched into metal. Humans, to them, were fragile mammals. At least, until that day. The battle had been chaos. Pirates, bio-enhanced marauders from the outer void, had ambushed both our forces during a joint operation. Communications went down. Command structures collapsed. Everyone fought for survival. I was part of the human vanguard detachment, genetically adapted soldiers designed for extreme environments. Enhanced bones. Reinforced muscle fibers. A living nervous system interface woven beneath the skin. But to us, it wasn't armor. It was just us. When the tower fell, my squad was already down. I took the hit alone, bracing instinctively, muscles locking, spine compressing but not breaking. Pain flared white-hot, but my body held. When the dust cleared, I rose from the rubble. That was when Commander Threxel saw me. She strode forward, her segmented armor gleaming despite the soot, mandibles flaring slightly in what I later learned was shock. Her gaze locked onto my bare arms, skin scorched, bleeding in places, but unbroken. She tilted her head. "Impressive armor," she said, her translator clicking smoothly. "Human craftsmanship has advanced further than our intelligence suggested." I exhaled, steadying myself. "It's not armor," I replied. "It's my body." Silence fell like a dropped weapon. Her soldiers shifted uneasily. One lowered his rifle without realizing it. Commander Threxel stared at me. "Explain." I straightened fully, ignoring the ache screaming through every reinforced bone. Humans adapt. When the galaxy proved hostile enough, we adapted ourselves. Her crystalline eyes narrowed. "You altered your flesh." "Improved it," I corrected. "Voluntarily." That changed everything. After the battle, the pirates fled. The Alliance forces regrouped. Medical teams rushed in, but when Keeler medics tried to assist me, they hesitated, unsure where my biology ended and technology began. Threxel watched the entire process. "You should not be alive," she said finally, as I sat on a crate while my wounds sealed themselves with accelerated healing. "Yeah," I replied dryly. "I get that a lot." She studied me not like an enemy, but like a puzzle. The Keeler respected strength above all else. Not titles. Not words. Strength proven in survival. By their code, I had demonstrated something rare. I had endured. That night, she requested a private audience. It wasn't romantic. Not at first. It was intense. Her quarters were Spartan, dominated by tactical displays and ceremonial weapons. She dismissed the guards and turned to face me. "You wear no armor," she said. Yet you stand where buildings fall. I nodded. We don't rely on shells. We become them. She circled me slowly, not touching, her presence sharp and focused. Your species is dangerous. Only when necessary, I said. Most of the time, we just want to live. She stopped in front of me. In Keeler history, she said, those who reshape their bodies are outcasts. To change one's form is to admit weakness. I met her gaze. For humans, refusing to change is weakness. That earned a long pause. Then, unexpectedly, she inclined her head. A warrior adapts to survive, she said. Perhaps our definitions have been limited. Over the following cycles, I noticed a shift. Keeler soldiers began observing human training sessions, studying our movements, our endurance drills, our lack of fear when injured, not because we didn't feel pain, but because we accepted it as information, not defeat. Threxel asked questions. Many of them. Does it hurt? Yes. Why endure it? Because someone has to. One evening, while sparring in the training bay, she struck me harder than intended. I slid back several meters, boots screeching against the deck, but I didn't fall. She froze. I miscalculated, she said sharply. I rolled my shoulder. I'm good. Her mandibles tightened, an expression I'd learned meant concern. You should have worn armor, she said. I smiled faintly. Still not armor. She was quiet for a long time after that. The turning point came during the second attack. The pirates returned angrier, better armed. They targeted the Keeler command ship directly, launching boarding pods that tore through the hull. Threxel was cut off. Her honor guard slaughtered. Fires spreading. I reached her position through smoke and debris, my enhanced lungs filtering toxins, my body pushing past exhaustion limits no unmodified being could survive. When I found her, she was bleeding badly. Chitin cracked. One arm hanging useless. She looked up at me through haze and pain. You should retreat, she rasped. This ship is lost. I shook my head. Not today. I lifted her, she weighed more than a human tank soldier, and carried her through collapsing corridors, shielding her with my body as explosions rocked the deck. A blast tore across my back. Flesh burned. Reinforced muscle absorbed the shock. I didn't slow down. We made it to the escape bay seconds before detonation. She recovered aboard the human carrier. When she woke, I was there. She studied me, bandaged, scarred, exhausted. You endured again, she said softly. I shrugged. Comes with the job. She reached out, hesitant, and touched my arm. Not the bandage. The skin beneath. Not armor, she murmured. No, I agreed. Just me. Her eyes met mine, something new in their depths. Reverence. In Keeler culture, she said, to trust one's life to another is the highest bond. I felt my chest tighten. Then I'm honored. She straightened, every inch the commander again, but her voice was different now. You humans do not wear strength, she said. You are strength. The alliance changed after that. Not overnight. But steadily. Keeler doctrines shifted. Cooperative bioenhancement research began not to replace their identity, but to expand it. Humans became known not as fragile allies, but as living bulwarks. As for me, I stayed on as liaison. And sometimes, when Threxel watched me train, She'd say it again, still with awe. Nice armor. And I'd smile. It's not armor, I'd reply. It's my body. And every time, she was still a little bit speechless.